Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Tour 10, where we have a new staff member joining us today, the one and only Dina Mallory, our Director of Programs and Education. She's going to talk to us about our student art show, which is actually one of my most favorite memories, early memories so far of being here at the Bennington Museum, and one of my, so far, certainly favorite exhibitions.
Dina, and the Student Art Show is actually no longer on view. It's actually the way that we start our new year, our first exhibition of each new year. So one of the last things I did before we closed down for virus purposes was take down the Student Art Show. And in fact, it happened so quickly after that that a lot of the teachers weren't able to retrieve their artwork, which is why we still have some of it here to share with you today. So there's the upside, right? The Student Art Show features artwork from kids starting in preschool all the way up through high school, from all of the schools in Bennington, public and private, and from all of the surrounding towns, so Shaftesbury, Woodford, Pownell, North Bennington, and Hoosick Falls, New York, because they're our neighbors too. Which means we get an awesome array of student artwork. We get things from the sort of, this way. This is from a sixth grader from Pownell Elementary School. And maybe you can make it out, I'm not sure if you can. It's a multimedia piece. It's got tissue paper and paint and a drawing that's been glued on there. So we get a lot of these really fun kind of art projects from kids who are learning the elements of art and the principles of design. So it's really fun to kind of see that artistic development from the preschoolers as they move on up through the grades. And then we start to get into the more advanced stuff, although this is actually a really kind of unique piece, because this is from the Southshire School, which has kids from about age 5 through about age maybe 13, I think, and they worked collaboratively on this piece. So each student or group of students completed one of the tiles that came together to create this whole picture, and it's actually the logo of their school. So even just within this piece, you can see different levels of artistic development, which is pretty cool, and a really creative way for that school to involve all of its students. When we get over to the high school level, we've got some really amazingly talented kids at the high school level. They've come up through the art programs in the elementary school and middle school. We're very fortunate here in the Bennington region to have such a strong culture and history of art, and a lot of really dedicated art faculty that even sometimes when they don't have a classroom, they're bringing these great artistic opportunities to our kids. And by the time they reach high school, many of our students have achieved quite a sophisticated level of artistic ability. A lot of our students use some of these pieces from the Student Art Show in their portfolios as they're applying to art school and college, and some of them go on to have careers that involve the visual arts. One of my favorite pieces this year that I'd like to share with you is a three-dimensional piece. This one comes from Bennington Elementary School. It's the Eight-Headed Monster, and it was created by students in their Ideals program. So this is a program for kids who need some extra support. And these kids really love their time that they spend in the art classroom. And their art teacher loves working with them and coming up with creative projects for them to do. So we've got our paper mache monster that they all worked on and painted. And then the individual heads, one created by each of the 8 students in that program. And we were really fortunate to be able to welcome those students here to the museum while the Student Art Show was still up, and they got to tell me all about their monsters, and to get to see their piece of art in the museum was a really powerful experience for them. So our kids not only are doing two-dimensional and multimedia pieces, but they get to work in different materials as well, like ceramics and paper mache, and make sculptures. And again, once they get up to the high school level, we start to see some really sophisticated pieces. The pottery that comes out of our high school here in Bennington is quite amazing, and they've got wonderful art teachers there at the high school guiding their students. So the Student Art Show, it amazes and astounds every year. It is a local favorite. People love to come and see what the kids are doing, and the kids really love to see their work on the walls of the museum. It's a really special moment for them, and I've been here long enough now that I'm really hoping to see some of these people who were kids when I started here, whose names I remember from having their first grade drawings on the wall, come back to us as practicing artists. I think that would be really cool.
Thank you so much, Dina, for a tour of the Student Art Show, the remains of the Student Art Show. Sometimes I'm asked what was my favorite day in a museum setting, and I have a lot of favorite days from my time as a museum director, but I can tell you that my favorite day so far here at the Bennington Museum was February 1st, Community Day, when we opened up the museum again, and that was the first day of the Student Art Show, and to have these young people take me with excitement and joy up to see their artwork brought so much joy and comfort and excitement to me, because that's what museums are all about providing opportunities for people to learn, for people to be enriched, and in this case, for students to take pride in their community and in their talent. So really, that was my favorite day, my best day so far here at the Bennington Museum. Of course, the best days at the museum are when you are here with us, and we can't wait to see you back here at the Bennington Museum. Until then, we remind you that history is happening now. Stay safe, stay strong, and just like the students in the Student Art Show, stay creative. Together, we'll get through this. And until then, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.